Favorite concert film, other than this one. I mean, this is a documentary, but Believe. Justin Bieber's Believe. It's gotta be. Or Never Say Never. Top tier. Unbelievable. Unbelievable stuff. Life-changing stuff. The love that I have for Believe and Never Say Never are the reason that I have made any sort of concert film ever. Still, to this day. One day I was with my mother, and I think she had gotten like an email from James Cameron that was like, would Billie ever want to film her show and do it in 3D? And she said it to me like randomly. I was like sitting at my table, and she said this, and I was like, what the hell are you talking about? And I got on the phone with him and talked about it. And I had already been on tour for a little, and I had been loving it so much and felt so like proud of this show, and did already have a feeling of like, oh God, when this is over, I'm not gonna have it filmed or anything. I was never planning on filming it. So when he said that and said it would be in 3D, I was like, are you kidding? Of course, that's amazing. So yeah, it was like kind of a random one. Mom connection. Shout out to Mom.
That's James Cameron.
I don't know what I was expecting. I think like I'd never really worked with anyone in that way before, and also like such an iconic director, and he's so incredibly talented and so famous. Like I had never worked with somebody in that kind of realm before, and also co-directed in that way. And what was really special was his eagerness to collaborate on that because of who he is, and he's older and he's been doing this a long time. I expected him to just, you know, want it to be his way only. And when he first said like, I want you to co-direct this, I want this to be more you than even me, that was really surprising to me and really special. And also to be like a young like woman and have that said to you from someone like that was pretty amazing.
We're gonna have to do a really quick transition.
I think that's a good frame.
I love directing so much, but I would be sitting there with Jim working on the edit and whatever, and I've said a couple things that are like, you know, it's silly that I'm co-directing this with you and you're this like unbelievably experienced movie director. Like you are James Cameron. You're an old guy who's been doing this in his entire life. Like you got a whole life of experience and I do not. And he was so sweet about that. Just the way that he seemed and seems to respect me as his equal somehow is really pretty incredible. I feel a deep respect coming from him and for him. It's hard to be taken seriously as a young female in general, especially director and in that position. And I definitely didn't expect to be treated with the amount of respect that he has treated me with. If that makes sense. I started directing my music videos when I think I was like 16-ish, 17. It was always something that I dreamed of doing when I was a kid. I've always had such a love for directing and creating anything visual. My biggest influences when I was growing up were like Tyler, the Creator. Obviously a genius, and everybody knows that, but visually, he's someone that I just was completely blown away by. And Childish Gambino is another one, Tupac, Missy Elliott. These are all like people who I was completely in awe over. And visually, I've always been really drawn to music videos that are more than just like visuals for a song. They're almost like mini films. So getting to work with Jim on an actual movie, but it's also about music, really kind of combines these two loves of mine. Film and music are so intertwined. We forget as an audience member of a film how much the music is affecting what we're feeling and what we're looking at, and it's so magical. The power of music along with visuals is just so incredible. A movie that I've loved for a long time called I Origins. It was something I said, I think, when I talked to Letterboxd last time. Part of why I love that movie is because it introduced me and my brother to our all-time favorite song, which is called Dust It Off by LeBeau. In I Origins, Dust It Off is playing when he's like walking through this party, and it's this beautiful visual. Anyway, it just adds such an intense layer, and I feel like it can really make or break a movie. This is gonna be, I don't even care. Over the Hedge is just this animated movie that I love so much. The soundtrack is written by Ben Folds, who I've also loved for my entire life. It's just so beautiful, and it's so perfect for that movie. I love that album because it's a wonderful album on its own, but it was written for this kids movie that's also really special, and that's always been big to me. I think like also James Bond music is such a thing in Bond. The fact that there's like a full song written for the movie for every single movie is so powerful, and I was so excited to get that job. So yeah, it's very cool to me.